we have to flip the model on how we talk about the job stress, what you go through, and how we talk about it. There's a stigma within the first responder ranks, and most assuredly in corrections, where we don't want to talk about what we see in a day in, day out basis. And I want to share a little story about where we came from in the special operations community. We were deployed for over 20 years in the war on terror, right? Many of us back to back to back to back, months and months on end. And we had our suicide rates and divorce rates skyrocketing. And at one point, it was over 85% of our formation was getting divorced. Suicide rates tripled. And if you look at what's going on within our first responder ranks, we see a lot of the same hallmarks and markers. And what I want to say first and foremost is, guys, it is not weakness to ask for help. It is not wrong to check on your brother or your sister beside you. That second can save a life. I am so tired of watching good men and women take their own life. I just can't stand to not say it when we have this opportunity. But we have to change the model in two spaces. One, we have to shift it. It is not weakness, and there is nothing wrong with getting help. If you break your leg, you go to a doctor. If you see something horrific, you need to see behavioral health, and it's quite all right. That leadership model, and Mr. Secretary, you and I have spoken about this, and we have to get people to understand it's okay to not be okay, and you'll get past it. There are brighter days ahead of you. The second piece is we have to change the model, and I would love to talk about how we solve this, getting left of it and baking in resiliency. The third part to this answer, and I'll get to your actual question now, is we focused on three things: the overall wealth, health, and welfare of our people. You got to pay them what they're due. You got to take care of their family, provide them the comforts they need, but then you have to give them those job skills. For now and into the future, because the best thing that our state needs and corrections needs is for you to have a great career, retire, and move on and change the world around you. So we have to give you the tools and the training necessary to get better at your job, but also to become a better human and a better person in general. That's education and opportunity, and we can solve those problems within the state. What did we look for when we were trying to build high-performing teams? It all comes down first and foremost to character and moral compass. I can take the biggest, the fastest, the strongest, the most gifted performer, athlete, or operator, and they'll destroy a team in a heartbeat if their moral compass is not pointed the right direction. But if you take someone with a moral compass who's grounded in the things that matter, and you have a process to educate, inform, and help that person grow into a leader, they're going to be a rock star who's going to be transformational in their ranks. You have to have people who understand what matters, that purpose-driven life. The second thing is you have to have a process and a system to educate and train. And that's on us as a state to make sure you have the money necessary to do that. The final leg of that, and I say that as a one-legged guy, so it is a bit ironic, I guess, is you have to follow the process. And you have to believe in what you say you believe. Because people will see it when you walk into a room. They will see it when you walk into the corrections facility, when you walk into the team room. Man, my kids see it if I'm half-baked on something I'm telling them, right? They call me out in a heartbeat. People are going to see it, and they're not going to believe it, and they're not going to invest their time, energy, or capital in that thing. So that's a very long-winded answer, but in the end, the last part that I wanted to touch on one more time is if you need help, seek help. We are here for you. Your life matters, and the world's a better place with each of you in it.
Thank you, sir.